This is Audible.
Recorded Books and RB Digital present Dark Age by Pierce Brown. Narrated by John Curlis, Renda Haywood, James Langton, Moira Quirk, and Tim Jared Reynolds.
The Sovereign. Citizens of the Solar Republic, this is your sovereign. I stare half-blind into a firing squad of fly-eyed cameras. Out the viewport behind my stage, battle stations and ships of war float beyond the upper atmosphere of Luna. 8 billion eyes watch me. On Friday evening last, the third day of the Mensis Martius, I received a brief indicating that a large-scale society military operation was underway in the orbit of Mercury. The largest in materiel and manpower since the Battle of Mars 5 long years ago. We are responsible for this crisis. Lured by the false promises of an enemy plenipotentiary, we allowed our resolve to weaken. We allowed ourselves to believe in the better virtues of our enemy and that peace was possible with tyrants. That lie, seductive though it was, has been exposed as a cruel machination of statecraft designed, perpetrated, and executed by the newly appointed dictator of the society remnant, Atalantia au Grimace, daughter of the Ash Lord. Under her spell, we compromised with the agents of tyranny. We turned on our greatest general, the sword who broke the chains of bondage and demanded he accept a peace he knew to be a lie. When he did not, we cried traitor, tyrant, warmonger. In fear of him, we recalled the home guard elements of the White Fleet from Mercury back to Luna. We left Imperator Aquarii at half strength, exposed, vulnerable. Now, her fleet, the fleet which freed all our homes, floats in ruins. 200 of your ships of war destroyed. Thousands of your sailors killed. Millions of your brothers and sisters marooned upon a hostile sphere. Quadrillions of your wealth squandered. Not by virtue of enemy arms, but by the squabbling of your Senate. I have heard it said in these last months, in the halls of the new Forum, on the streets of Hyperion, on the news channels across our republic, that we should abandon these sons and daughters of liberty, these free legions. I have heard them called in public, without shame, the lost legions. Written off by you, despite the courage they have summoned, the endurance they have shown, the horrors they have suffered for you. Written off because we fear to part with our ships will invite invasion of our homeworlds, because we fear to once again see society iron over our skies, because we fear to risk the comforts and freedoms the men and women of the free legions purchased for us with their blood. I will tell you what I fear. I fear time has diluted our dream. I fear that in our comfort we believe liberty to be self-fulfilling. I lean forward. I fear that the meekness of our resolve, the bickering and backbiting on which we have so decadently glutted ourselves, will rob us of the unity of will that moved the world forward to a fairer place, where respect for justice and freedom has found a foothold for the first time in a millennium. I fear that in this disunity we will sink back into the hideous epoch from which we escaped, and that the new dark age will be crueler, more sinister, and more protracted by the malice which we have awoken in our enemies. I call upon you, the people of the Republic, to stand united, to beseech your senators to reject fear, to reject this torpor of self-interest, to not quiver in primal trepidation at the thought of invasion, to not let your senators hoard your wealth for themselves and hide behind your ships of war, but to summon the more wrathful angels of their spirits and send forth the might of the Republic to scourge the engines of tyranny and oppression from the Mercurian sky and rescue our free legions. At that moment, 384,000 kilometers from my heart, in orbit 1,000 kilometers above the wayward continent,